what Go Dine, tune in to the show.
Dogsta The Problem on the cord 9-4. This what Go Dine and you already know.
Dogsta The Problem on the cord 9-4. This what Go Dine, tune in to the show. Dogsta The Problem on the cord 9-4. This what Go Dine, tune in to the show.
What Go Dine, man? It's your boy Dogsta The Problem with the Core 9-4. We're on our second episode of What Go Dine, and I'm chilling with the homie, Doughbeezy. What Go Dine?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's good, big dog?
Chilling, man. It's
Finally
good.
made it happen, man.
I appreciate it. You just don't know, like, I have different artists in the city who I really have a lot of respect for. Even though I have a lot of respect for everyone doing their thing, but it's just certain artists who I hear whenever, and it's like a breath of fresh air whenever they release music. And you're one of those artists that, as soon as you do a post, even if it's a snippet of a song, whether it's you on the ESG, Southside Still Holding, or you doing the Thriller videos of something that you just did in the studio, I get excited, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you sliding through the Core 9-4 to do this interview.
Man, I appreciate you, dog.
What you got going on, man?
Man, right now I'm just at a revamping stage right now. I just feel like I need to reintroduce myself, you know what I'm talking about? So that's really where I'm at with it. I'm still on my killing everything shit. Like, that's why I'm been heavy on this body bag Beezy shit. I'm really trying to bring the boys back and let boys know that we ain't went nowhere.
I got you. I understand that, man. I know right now, and I guess I can go ahead and get into it. I know you've been posting that you and Chucky Trill have a project coming out. And then y'all just gave us, y'all going off on the sicko mode, which y'all went off on the best part of the beat to me. Yeah. Which was the end, and y'all put that on our streaming platforms. Do y'all have a release date for that, or are y'all still working on it?
We to be honest, we not even complete with the tape, you know what I'm saying? We probably got four just songs, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's freestyles or original, whatever, we just only got like 4 records together. And we just working trying to make it happen. That's why we ain't really said too much online to try to build in. We don't want to build the anticipation and then just have it lingering. So we've been hitting at it, you know, people ask, we'll let them know. Because niggas not stupid, they see us working together. So we're letting them know that we're going to definitely make it happen. But that's the goal, just to get the whole project done and give it to the people.
And I think that's dope to see that, because I want to say I saw an interview he did where he said his original name was Doughbeezy. And he said he wanted to holler at you about that.
I don't know. I would get that. He told me that story, and I was like, man, that's crazy. I don't know if he would want me to give it to you, or if you want to wait till you interview him or whatnot. But long story short, yeah, his original name was Doughbeezy. He either said Doughbeezy or Doughboy. Yeah. And he was locked up, and then he was reading. See, I'm telling the story anyway. You know, he had seen me in XXL and was like, "Oh, that's live, nigga from the city, same name." He was like, "Man, I'm gonna have to switch my shit up." So, which I'm glad you did. Thank you, son. I appreciate you, big dog.
But it's dope because he could have been the type of nigga, and I've seen it in the music game where niggas will have the same name as somebody else, and they either going like, "Hey, nigga, get rid of the name," and it be issues that's not needed. But he was able to continue on with what he was trying to make happen, change the name, but still have love and respect for what you're doing. Yeah. To where now we get in the project. Exactly. So I just want to say that's some dope ass shit. And you said that y'all haven't really talked about it because y'all don't want to build up the anticipation. But I do want to mention a project that was discussed in the past that I'm pretty sure you hear about from day one fans, new fans. As soon as I seen a cover, I want to say y'all did a freestyle or something. It wasn't a Watch the Chrome freestyle or something. Was just a cover. It started off as a freestyle.
Yeah, it was one song. It was gonna be like the intro. Pretty much.
And then after that, it was killing Doughbeezy, dropping the project, and I'm like, oh shit, because I know that y'all had a relationship and y'all fucked with each other tough in the beginning, and it was just dope to see. Okay, we getting a collab from y'all, and then I want to say just last year I finally seen like different the booklet. I think Elliot Gilgy posted the booklet that y'all had, and I'm like, damn. I'm still thinking years later it would have been and it would still be dope to get that project. Is that something that's just shelved that we won't get, or will we get it, or have y'all even?
Man, for the record, the enthusiasm you have behind that is the same thing I had. You know what I'm saying? I really felt like it would have been a staple for the city, something, you know, that just would have been legendary to me. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think it's gonna happen, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I know we both procrastinate a lot. We both have good intentions, and just for it to get done, it just seemed like it's never gonna get done. And That was what, 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
I've made the attempt to try to make it happen a couple times. We've gotten in the studio a couple times, but just sitting down and making it happen, just hasn't happened.
Okay. And that happens with a lot of our favorite rappers, I guess, because we'll see them in the studio instantly. We want to collab project, or they might kind of hint at it, but it doesn't happen.
It made the most sense. It made the most sense.
Two of the top bar niggas in the city. I would say when you speak bars in Houston, you have to speak Doughbeezy, Killing, and some other ones, but. At that time, that niggas that was on it.
Everybody knew Killer but everybody knew Killer for being that hardcore lyricist, and there was really no new people at the time before our era came. You know what I'm saying? It was, as far as like me, Pro, D-Lo, stuff like that. So I think just my style of rapping was a new fresh, you know what I'm saying? Like they always compared it, you know what I'm saying? I think it made a lot of sense at that time, you know what I'm saying? And now we're at the point where everybody is appreciating the lyricism a little more, you know what I'm saying? So we getting a lot more new rappers, and just at the time and then I feel like it made a lot more sense. You know what I mean? But I'm still with it. If we can make it happen, we can make it happen. Man.
You heard him, man. Killer. Hey. He said he made a couple of attempts and he's still ready to make it happen. Maybe go down. I got one more question because you mentioned two other artists. But before we get into that, I'm slipping already. Hey y'all, I'm still new to this. Is the second episode. I was supposed to pull this out at the beginning of the show. So what I want to do with what Go Dine is throw down something that do go down.
Okay.
So last week the artist didn't want to do the Uno or the cards, but I do got the bones.
Okay.
So what's your take? You want to hit the bones or?
If I have to choose, it's gonna be the bones.
That's what's up. Cause I ain't that good with Uno. I get my ass whooped. Last week I got my ass whooped on the dominoes, but it's all right, man. But I do want to throw this out. I need to fix this damn case because these shits jumble everywhere for some reason.
Oh, good.
I appreciate that.
You know what you're doing with that right there. I'm watching the vision.
So I do want to mention, because I did a post. You probably remember. You probably don't. Why I said is at the time when I did the post, there was two niggas who I really fuck with their music at the moment, and out of the city, and that was you and Propane. And anytime I see Propane drop a project and you're on it, or you drop it and he's on it, and the same with D-Lo, I appreciate it. It's just dope to hear you like y'all collabing with each other. Is there any? I don't want to keep saying collab projects because I know you probably want to focus on your own shit. But if it happens, it happens.
Hey, I ain't on none of that, man. Yeah. Ask it, and if I got an answer for you, I got an answer for you. You good?
Is it possible to get whether it's a you and Pro, you and D-Lo, or a 3 the Hard Way type project with all three of y'all? Like, have that ever been discussed or?
It's definitely been discussed. Me and Pro, I think we would sound good together on a project. It's just never been discussed. I don't really know how he would feel about that, but I think that would be dope. Me and D-Lo have actually we work with the same producer. Big shout out Pug Tunes, man. Puggy Bang was good, man. But Pug Tunes, like, that's like a second home for me and him. You know what I'm saying? Like we go there, like it's been multiple times we fell asleep and leave with him in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. But I'm pulling his phone out to show you that Dolo right there. That Dolo photo. Me and D-Lo was working on a tape together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just kind of slowed it up a little bit. I know we was doing verses and shit. He started working on his tape. I was trying to finish my tape. So this is the hope of it. You know what I'm saying? Right here. Shit, we was gonna drop a tape called Dolo, D-Lo and Doughbeezy. You know what I'm saying? Dolo. I felt like that was a live ass name. But yeah, shit. It's always a possibility. It just hasn't been fully executed. You know
Gotcha. Okay. So we're gonna patiently wait for that to happen.
Yeah.
Another artist. I'm gonna let you pull. While you pulling, I'm gonna ask this question. 9. I'm still on the collab top. An artist that I was introduced to by you, due to y'all doing the movie, and y'all doing a soundtrack EP for the project, Cold Summer. Q Guyton.
Yes, sir.
And like I said, I wasn't familiar with Q Guyton until I heard that project, and I was like, yo, this dude is nice. But once I saw the movie, oh shit, I ain't got big 6.
Once you saw the movie?
Once I saw the movie,
Big 5?
I ain't got big 5 neither. I ain't got big 4 neither.
3? Alright, damn, we do. It's hard out here.
Alright. Oh shit. But yeah, once I saw the movie or whatever, and then I had saw like the different videos he was doing, I became an instant fan. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yo, this dude is nice. And then like you show like the love you have for him, like, you know, I could tell y'all was cool because you would promote whatever he had going on. So I saw the Monopoly game, the Houston Monopoly. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yo, this shit is dope. And I even reached out to him. Is it a possibility? And I fucked with Cole Summer. Mm-hmm. Is there a possibility, I've asked him this, but I'm asking you this, to get a sequel? Yeah. So that, and I guess whether it's a full-length album or another EP, is that possible?
It's definitely possible. That's something we always said that we were gonna do. We just never done it. Like, for those who don't know, he opened up like one of the dopest media spots in Houston. It's called the Media Block. Yeah. And that took a whole lot out of him. Not out of him, but that took a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like he put everything on hold, whether it was his music, whether it was you know, his team putting their job to the side. Big shout out to Deja Vu PR. They, you know, they stopped doing what they were teachers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They stopped doing that to put everything in the media block. So a lot was sacrificed. So it's like I never even thought to want to bother him to try to do a sequel because I already understood. But every time we talk, even when we did the release, we was like, man, we got to do a single. So we always talk about it. It's just I think right now his biggest focus is the media block. That's the breadwinner for him and the thing that is the dopest for him right now. You know what I'm saying? But he knows soon as he ready, shit, we locked in.
All right. Speaking on acting, one of my favorite videos from you was Riding Round. Mm-hmm. And like I see like the funny side of Doughbeezy when I see that video.
Right.
Have you thought about doing more films? Like I know you did the film with was it Phil Wade? I hadn't had a chance to see that movie yet. Mm-hmm. But I know that you did that. You kind of show off your acting in your videos. Is there a possibility to get a movie from you? Like, have you thought about doing acting? And is there anyone in particular that you thought about doing it with?
I've always wanted to do like my own type of movie. I've always loved like the acting thing. I never wanted to be boxed in just as a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like if you on my Instagram, you know I like being goofy. You know, I got a lot of character. So it's just something that I always wanted to do. But as far as like somebody specifically, I mean anybody that's willing to work and they work look dope as hell. Like if I just had to pick somebody in the city right now, it would either be Q Guy, you know, or I want to say Young Chill. What do you go by now? Isaac Yeoman. It will be IO Visuals.
Okay,
so IO Visuals or a Q Guy over at the Media Block, just because they vision and the way that they execute behind that editing board is crazy. So
he a beast with it. Like just from his videos look like movies.
For sure.
And then I see he just did the joint with Jeff Shelley, so that's dope. And that'll be dope if we can get a Doughbeezy film, whether it's you starring in it or you co-starring, like whatever we can get.
I want my own movie, guys.
I want shit. You want
my own movie. Somebody come holler at me. Let's make it happen.
I need some better fucking dominoes right about now.
That's just that good defense.
God damn, you know what? I'm gonna just do this.
I'm doing what I have to do.
I'm just do that. I can't get that shit. But one thing I want to mention too, and at the time of filming this, he's still in the hospital fighting for his life. There was news that he did pass and we lost the legendary Bushwick Bill.
Oh, he's still here?
He's still here.
Oh man, so goddamn Instagram.
His son confirmed it, you know, and it was crazy. My wife told me and I didn't believe it. Cause she know I would have mentioned it first and I saw Scarface and I'm like, fuck it, Face posted it, then the shit real. But Bushwick's son came out to TMZ and did say that it hasn't happened. You know, that they, you know, respect their privacy at the moment. He is still fighting for his life. Have you ever had the opportunity to meet Bushwick?
I actually have. I was doing a music video in Galveston with an artist named Vari V.
Okay.
And this nigga just came out of nowhere. It was like, what's going down? I see y'all shooting a video.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, we shooting this video. We from the H. We just out here posting. He sat there, got a cameo. He smoked some weed with me. Everything like. Bushwick was a real nigga. That was the only time that I ever met him personally. You know what? I'm lying. I met him at Warehouse Live as well, and he was super cool. But that day at the beach, man, he was real player, man. So I respect him, man. My condolences to his family, and I hope he pulled through, man. Yeah. We praying for you.
I just want to mention to see if you ever have the opportunity to meet him. I'm sorry, and if there's anything that you know he might have said to you that stuck with you or anything. But then you have a dope memory.
Yeah, that moment. You know what I'm saying? I introduced myself. I had to introduce myself, and from that moment, he was just playing about everything.
That's what's up, man.
It's on me.
Yeah.
Okay, give me 10.
I'm gonna go ahead and roach and get 15 out there. As long as how long have you been doing music?
I have been doing music for, give me 10. I've been doing music for 17 years now. I started when I was 15, 32. But when I was 15, that was more just like freestyling.
Yeah.
Lunchroom type shit. I never wanted to do music at that point. I just like spitting and coming up with dope metaphors. And around that time, that's when they had like, you know, the little PC computers. They had just came out with the burners, and you can freestyle on the voice recorder. So
I remember that.
School with their little mixtapes, you know. What I'm saying? It was like, when you gonna drop yours? I'm like, man, I ain't doing no mixtape. I'm just freestyling. So I had ended up getting kicked out of school and linked up with one of my partners who had a studio, and I heard a nigga at school was talking shit, you know what I'm saying? So I made a little diss song, put it on, he burnt it on the CD, and we sent it up there. And the moment I heard my voice in them headphones, I was like, oh yeah, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. That's kind of how it kicked off. But I started recording at 15, got my buzz probably around like 17, 18, so
okay, that's
about the timeline. I say 17 years rapping, probably about 15 years since I started making a name for myself in the city.
Okay. And I can say the first time I was introduced to you that I can recall of is by Jay Willerman. By Jay Will.
Crazy.
Because I rock with him. I don't know if you're familiar with the Music Lab. Used to be out for 45.
That's where I record. That's my home studio.
Nah, I'm talking about years ago. Pablo.
Oh yeah. I know you're talking about. Yeah, I know you're talking about. I thought you were talking about the left.
Nah,
my bad.
From like back then, like this was what, mid 2000s. Mm-hmm. And like Jay Will used to come up there, and I was familiar with Jay Will and a few other people in the crew. And we did music together. But he would do freestyles. I remember he used to do freestyle in his Benz or whatever. Y'all be at Waterburger and you was in the video.
Yes, sir.
And then he ended up showing he shared your video for, I want to say, Pimpin' Pins. But I wasn't familiar with songs by you. And when I heard that, and I'm like, man, this nigga spitting. But once you did Light It Up.
Light You Up.
And I heard that, and I'm like, this nigga is spitting facts. This nigga talking about niggas paying for radio play and all that shit.
Yeah.
Did you have any flack from that? Like niggas getting mad, like nigga, why you?
Not at all. I think that's why people gravitated towards me, because it was something that needed to be said but was never said. You know what I'm saying? And big shout out to Jay Willer. When I was talking about freestyling at the lunchroom and shit like that and doing freestyles, he was one of the people there. You know what I'm saying? When I said niggas was coming with CDs, Jay Willer might have been like one of the first niggas to have the CD, cover and everything. So that's crazy that you even mentioned that. That's weird. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
But never caught no flack from that. You know what I'm saying? I think it was something that needed. That feeling that you got when you heard it, oh man, that's facts. Well, niggas wasn't saying facts back then, but I think that's what everybody wanted to hear, and that's why they kind of gravitated toward me.
And I remember just hearing that Reggie Bush and Kool-Aid. And to me, I know you have a different opinion and others might as well. But to this day, Reggie Bush and Kool-Aid 1 is my favorite project. And I don't know if it was because it was the introduction of Doughbeezy, and just, like I said, it was like a refresher. Just hearing your flow and what you was spitting on the different beats. Even the Still Tipping joint, that was on there, right? Mm-hmm. With you and the Head Records. Mm-hmm. It was just dope to hear like a
Oh, you know what? That was on Blues Magic.
That was Blue Magic? Okay, I apologize. See, at least you know I heard the project.
You know your shit. That's it. That means a lot, goddamn.
But it was just hearing Reggie Bush and Kool-Aid, to me, that's one of my favorite projects.
Nah, I appreciate that. I think what I tell people is when they tell me like Reggie Bush, or majority of people tell me Blue Magic is like my grail, I just really think it was the timing. Like I said, it was a generation switch. Like, for the longest we heard SUC, Swisher House, you know what I'm saying, Boss Hog, but there was really no new kind of like, who's the new guys, you know what I'm saying? And I just think it was the timing. I came right at the perfect time, you know what I'm saying? It was a couple of other new artists, Les Pro, like I said, D-Lo, just a lot of people, it was a lot of people that was making a name for themselves, and I was one of the people as well, and it was just the perfect timing. And I think you probably yourself might have just been waiting for that new voice. And you gravitated towards the style that you like. But the difference from Reggie Bush and Kool-Aid to now, there was no structure. Like halfway through the tape, I didn't even get my buzz yet. Halfway of making my tape, I wasn't even going to Kickback Sundays yet. I was just going to my partner house recording, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then I started going to Kickback, and people like, when you dropping the mixtape, when you dropping the mixtape? So I'm like, man, what I'm gonna name this hoe? Then came on Reggie Bush Kool-Aid, and then ended up doing the rest. Like, crazy story. Like, I was working at Walmart, and like, on the side, I was helping my partner with his moving company, and I did the second verse to Pass the Swisher, like on the way home in a moving truck, nigga, just looking out the window, nigga, just no beat, nothing, just I'm thinking of it in my head. I had the first one, and then most of these niggas that say they hungry ain't doing shit to take to eat, cause I'm in the truck thinking what I gotta do what it takes to eat, you know what I'm saying? So that's just a little history on that one, but yeah, I just think it was the timing, bro, and it was no structure. I was freestyling. Wasn't worrying about what people think, wasn't worrying about offending nobody, nothing, you know what I'm saying? But now is that that I'm, you know, a little further in my career, I think, you know, I got to take it a little more serious and be more aware of my craft.
I got you. That's understandable. Fuck, I got so much. I'm trying not to.
You good? Let it go. Let it go. My bad, cause I keep ranting.
No, you good, and that's good. That's
brought
cool.
me back to the old days. Goddamn, that was the best time of my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now I can say early on you were on your merch and endorsement game. Can you kind of go over some like past endorsement deals you might have had and like?
I never had like no official deals, but if we talking about merch and branding and stuff like that, I gotta give a huge shout out to Teresa and Susie at SF2.
Yeah.
They the ones that put me on the game with it. Like, me and my manager Al, he's like one of my best friends. He the one who believed in me early. Like when we was just doing the freestyles at the lunch, I was a freshman, he was a senior.
Yeah.
And he the one who started Hair Records, and I wanted to be down with the clique. Hair Records wasn't even nothing with rapping. They played football, and they was in the locker room. So I was like, nigga, I want to be down. I don't play football. I'm gonna hold it down with the rapping shit.
Yeah.
So at that time and still now, he like the smartest person I knew. So when I did do the song, like, man, I'm gonna do this shit. I'm gonna rap for real. He the one who was. I was like, man, I want you to manage me. And I say all that to say, when they was doing the Hair Records thing in the locker room, he's so smart, he went and got shirts printed up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now everybody that see the football players with the shirts, they want shirts. So he was on that merch shit real early back in high school. So when we got out of high school, we was already doing like one color screen printing when we met Teresa and Susie at SF2. They just gave me so much game and helped me amplify the way that I needed to brand myself when it came to any type of merchandise. And when we said merch, a lot of people think just clothes, but they was like, nah, we need to take it to a whole another level. Beanies, and not just something stitched right here, like actual beanies, like it came from the factory. So
yeah,
I was always on branding early, like before I even knew what it was, and they helped me amplify that shit.
And it was dope merch, like logos, like fully thought out merch, not no simple shit. At that time,
wasn't nobody doing that.
Yeah.
Wasn't nobody doing this shit.
And I think you had like, was it a glow-in-the-dark alcohol or water, some shit you had in the drink? I thought you was endorsed.
That was that was a water. Shout out my dog John Frazier. He was trying to lock in the deal with like a glow-in-the-dark water. Okay. But we ain't just follow through because I'm like, man, nobody gonna want no glow-in-the-dark water. Like, what the fuck?
Gotcha.
Hell no.
Okay.
So yeah, that man. Shout out my dog Vince, man. Had a couple alcohol, little sponsors. It was more of sponsors and partnerships versus any deals that was
okay. Gotcha. Head Records. Like, who are the different artists? I know is it now just all artists, or is it like you might have media people?
Well, nah. The best way I can display it is explain it as a brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? Like before music, before anything like that, it's a brotherhood. Like you know, sticking together. We got our own handshakes and we ended like this. Just, you know what I'm saying? So nobody can break that bond. So like I said, it was started by Al Hughes in 1999 in the locker room. When niggas was playing football, I took it upon myself to be the young nigga that's gonna do it with the music. So whenever I did, you know, start seeing things going, I approached Al and was like, man, let's really do this music shit, because he liked to freestyle and do it and make music as well. So I was like, man, let's do it 50-50. Let's start a brand. We're not gonna be a label. We just more so gonna start a brand with the shit. And as far as with the brand, the best way I can describe it is like a Kellogg's. I want Hair Records to be a Kellogg's, but it's different varieties. You got Fruit Loops, Frosted Flakes, Corn Flakes, whatever. And I feel like that's what you get with a me, Cab the Don, K-Dog, Mr. 16, things like that. You get your different brands of cereals. No matter what brand it is, somebody like that one, but they're not gonna go get the great value kind of, you know what I'm saying? But you know if it got that Kellogg's brand on it, that is something official. And then if everybody doing their thing individually, you don't even have to say that you signed or nothing like that. Let's just rep the brand, and that ain't gonna do nothing but make the brand bigger. And when you attach that brand to what you got going on, people know the quality of it. So
that's what's up.
That's how I can explain it.
Okay. And so in the length of time that you've done it, I'm pretty sure you've met a lot of people, whether it was Bun, Scar. In the verse you said, Scarface said that what you was the future or something like that. If I can't remember it specifically, but that lets me know that you got face attention.
Right.
There's other legends that you've met. And I have two questions, and I hope this isn't the answer to my next question. But is there any of them that you were, I guess, surprised to meet or surprised to know that they were aware of you, and that might have given you, like, I guess, some of the best game? Even though I know you're appreciative of all of it.
Yeah, cause as far as game, I can't really say it's too many that's pulled me to the side and gave me a lot of game. I think just the acknowledgement is what I appreciated the most. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, it's, you know, of course, they hit you with the keep going, I see you, do your thing type. But as far as, you know, outside of Killer in my younger days, who was the one, he was preaching to me the most. And I appreciate that, Killer. He's the one who gave me, like, as far as the most game and how niggas act and things like that. But I think it's just the acknowledgement. Like, as far as how you said the face line, we both had a show in, it was somewhere far, like, I want to say Arkansas, something crazy like that. And, you know, we was booked at the same hotel, that the promoters booked us for the same hotel. So, once we got there and landed, we went to the hotel and we was coming downstairs and Face was walking in and he just seen me. He was like, "Hey, you the truth." I'm like, "What? This nigga Face, you know what I'm saying?" He was like, "Yeah, man, the promoters just came and picked me up from the airport." He was like, "But they just was playing your music. They just kept trying to put me on your music." He's like, "You the truth," you know what I'm saying?
That's
it's just
up.
something like that. That goes so further than what he even understand, you know what I'm saying? So it's times like that, you know. Slim Thug, big shout out to Slim Thug, first nigga to put me on TV, you know what I'm saying, to have me get on his song versus him just looking out and getting on my shit, you know what I'm saying. He put me on his song, then told me it was okay for me to put the song on my tape, you know what I'm saying.
That's what's up, man.
First nigga to put me on TV, I ain't even have cable. I had to run to my partner house and watch my car.
I remember you saying that.
I had to watch my car at my partner house because I ain't even had cable, you know what I'm saying. So it's little shit like that that go a long way.
That's what's up. And I want to go into an old post. I don't know if you remember. I'm pretty sure you remember it because it might be something that's in your head or whatever. You did a post and you took it down, and I was mad as fuck you took it down because I went through all of your fucking posts for that year. I did a mixtape, and I wanted to say, like, thank you, Doughbeezy. Like, I wanted to title it that, but I wanted to read your post. And I don't know if you want to keep it private. That's probably why you took it back down. But it was based off of a message you got from someone. And I assumed it was from Bun because it sounded like some shit Bun would have texted you. And I'm not sure to this day if you wanted to let that be known. But it was a post basically saying, you know, stop chasing the old sound. You know, there's a lot of y'all that are new, you know, and you just have to accept what's new in the city. And there was a time where me as an artist, I didn't appreciate everything that was coming out the city because it might have been that I might have been stuck on the old sound. Or me, I like bars. I like either you giving me storytelling or you giving me bars. But as far as the artist sounding like everything outside of the city, it was hard for me to accept it.
Right.
And I just took it so serious that I really didn't accept it. But then after reading your post that you put of the text message you received, it made me open my ears and my eyes a lot better than what I did in the past.
Did I screenshot the text or did I just talk about that?
I think you talked about it.
Okay, then that was Bun.
That was okay. So I was right. Okay, because it sounded like some Bun shit.
He didn't text me. He actually called me. He was like, "Man, I'm really just checking on you. I'm trying to, you know, be a better OG." Or I don't know if better. I'm sorry. I don't know if better is the right term. But he was like, "I'm just trying to do my job as an OG and just check on you." And you know, once we got to talking and stuff, he was just, you know, telling me how a lot of people kind of hold on to holding it down for pimp and, you know, things like that. And he was like, it's very appreciated. But he was like, make a new wave, create a new wave. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't keep holding on to the past and to the. I don't know if he was speaking on saying the screw or anything, but just the older era.
Yeah.
Stop trying to hold it down so much for that area and create a new lane. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much what he was saying. He wasn't saying like we were doing anything wrong. I think he was just saying focus on creating something new. You know what I'm saying? A new, how everybody hold on to Trill and everybody hold on to Screw or whatever. Create something new, because he was like, that's why we always get offended when we see niggas with double cups and all that. He was like, man, that shit was 20 years ago. Yeah. We need something else to be mad at. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So those are along the lines, and big shout out to him, man, for being a big OG and a real mentor out here for me.
That's what's up. And I wanted to mention that, like I said, I always thought it was Bun, but I wanted confirmation. Yeah. And it was just dope. Like I said, that helped me out, because at the time, and I think at that time I wasn't doing music when I read that, but I was still serious about the city and what I put in my ears and what I listened to. But just reading that post from you on Facebook made me say, okay, nigga, you tripping. You need to be more acceptive of what's actually been put out there, because they can either not be doing it or just be following the same trend. But it's just me, as growing up in Houston and all of the music I've listened to in Houston coming up, I guess I was still stuck on it. Right. And I had to get out of this space, and I want to say that.
That's what a majority of people are gonna be like. Texas, and Texas is like its own country. You know what I'm saying? Like, we in the United States, but we like our own country. So it's like we have our own culture. So it's understandable how people don't really want to let go of that culture, or be made to feel like they have to let go of that culture. They just gotta accept the evolution. Like, we still holding it down for. We still holding it down for the culture. We just trying to evolve with the music. You know what I'm saying? And I think people waking up right now. Shit, I think the city is on fire right now. Whether it's Megan Thee Stallion, Maxo Cream, Dice Soho, Trill, Sammy, whoever. I can go on. I got a list of names of niggas that's actually doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we at a good place right now.
We are, and I want to add on to that. It's good. Me as a fan of, or just me having so much love for the city. You domino, nickel. It's dope when I see whether it's Joe Budden fucking with Megan Thee Stallion or Pusha T giving his props to Maxo. To me, it's just dope to start seeing that instead of people. I used to like to say people use the culture, which it happens, but to actually see them accept the culture and give props to the culture is dope as fuck. So hopefully, and you said that it's a good thing right now. Hopefully, we can stay on that path. And hopefully, in my opinion, you are one of the most underrated artists. And it ain't me just saying it because you're sitting here. My wife will tell you this shit. Like, this is how I feel. Other people I talk to about music, I say the same shit. And I want to kind of get into something I was real mad about. And you might tell me I'm wrong for being mad at it. It's cool. When you dropped Footprints on the Moon, that's the one that had Fuck You, I'm from Texas. I was excited because not only was the song dope and it was a anthem for the city or for the state, but the visual for that song was dope as fuck. To me, that's when we should have heard Doughbeezy all over radio. And at that time, I think we only had 97.9. We didn't have 93.7 at the time, of course. And we might have had another station. I don't know, but I was just so excited and happy to see that and to get that project, from the album cover, the artwork, to that single. And unfortunately, something happened, and I felt like that kind of pushed things out the way. But I felt like that's when the city should have came stronger to see we have a lyrical artist in the city as dope as you are, to be as serious as you was with the video. You didn't just do a video in the neighborhood by a stop sign, yada yada. You gave us a dope video, and even in the fucking video, I was shocked just watching it on MTV Jams when the bitch slowed down, and it was like, and I'm like, I'm excited as fuck, just in front of my TV. But like I said, something happened. I felt like radio kind of shied away, and I'm like, damn, what the fuck? And I want to say you had a song with B King on that same project.
Yeah, see that
might have got a little radio play.
Man, that project had 3 songs on the radio. I'm From Texas, She on Top with B King, and Cruising with Slim Thug. Yeah, I got to give a huge shout out to Megan Wright. What is she calling herself now? She was a DJ.
She's with Hot 97, right?
She was Hot 97 in New York. She came to Houston and was new to Houston. As soon as she got there, she reached out to all the artists and was like, I want to help y'all. I was one included. As soon as you get something, send it to me. Sent her my project. I sent her She on Top. She was like, I'll play it. She played it, but was like, you know what? I like that I'm from Texas. She not even from Texas. But so she's the one who put that on there. The moment she left, I ain't had the song on 97.9 since.
And that's where I'm angry. That's what I'm angry.
And again, that ain't it's no disrespect or anything. I'm just saying it's crazy that
it took somebody from the outside
town to come in, shake some shit up, and she has so much love for me. And now she left to go work for Hot 97 in New York, and she still reach out, DM, like stuff, comment, everything. She's so super supportive, and I gotta thank her because if I hadn't had no songs on the radio before then. When she got there, I had 3 at one time. None of them was in rotation, just in the mix, but that's still, if you know Houston, and not even Houston, if you know the way that radio work, that's damn near impossible for an underground artist. But had 3 songs in the mix at the time, and you know, I just got to show love to her, man, because she really looked out with it.
And that's dope because I didn't even know who she was until Summer Jam, maybe 2-3 years ago, when she brought out Bun and Slim and Paul. And I'm like, I was just shocked because I was like, what the fuck, what they doing at Summer Jam? And I ended up, that made me follow Megan right and kind of know who she was. I was like, okay, she was in the city for a while. So that's dope to find out that was.
And that make no sense of what I'm saying. Like, shit, she left and she still tapped in with them. Imagine if she wasn't there. Ain't no way them niggas wouldn't have been on that stage. She went up there, went in the album, was like, hey, I want them to come out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta respect it. Let me make sure I'm calling her the right thing, cause I know.
Yeah, it's making right. It's still laying on Instagram.
Still making right.
Yeah, you good?
Yeah, big shout out to her, man, cause she has a good dope soul, bro.
Damn, that's dope as fuck. So that's the part I'm angry about. That after that we didn't hear you on radio again. And like I said, I don't know. Maybe they might have played the Slim joint that was on this the EP with. I mean, on the mixtape with you, Killer, D-Lo, and everybody. I don't know if they got radio play. But I just know at that time when Fuck You, I'm From Texas should have been the song that had Doughbeezy everywhere. Not only on MTV Jams and
at least in
on
Texas.
radio. In Texas, that should have had you everywhere. And I was hurt. Like, I was just pissed off. But like I said, the incident happened, and even to that, I was hurt. Like, I remember that to this day. It's like one thing that'll never leave my mind because my son was born the 19th. The very next day that happened. And I'm in the hospital, like my wife would tell you the whole day, I'm just mad. I'm like, this is bullshit. Like, I'm just mad just reading Twitter and everything. And I'm like, me being as a fan, I don't want to see that from nobody, but I didn't want to see that for you.
Yeah.
But fast forward, we got a project from you. If I'm wrong, I apologize. I'm just trying to remember everything. It's on Reggie Bush and Kool-Aid 2, correct? Mm-hmm. Trust in My Gun.
Yes, sir.
Was that song difficult for you to write?
Not at all.
Record?
It was more of a relief.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just because, you know, with the incident, I really, just the way I'm built, we don't really discuss shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but that don't mean that it ain't never thought about it, nothing like that. So for me to be able to, it was like a diary. It's like if when someone pick up their diary and write their feelings down, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that was, if anybody wanted to know anything, the full explanation on my end is there. You know what I'm saying? That was like me writing in my diary, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, it was just a relief. Once I said it, it's like I don't need to say anything else no more. All the pressure was off my back. So.
Gotcha. And out of all of the songs on that project, dope project, but out of all of the songs on it, I really wanted a visual for that. And I don't know if it's because I just saw something different. I just saw just like a dope video from it.
It's because I painted the picture so well. Yeah. The song, that's my favorite song because that's really my deepest song. I've never, like, people know me for bars and metaphors, but I don't really go into anything personal too much. And that's my most personal and my favorite song that I've ever created. But that's something that me and Q Guyton have had multiple talks. My wife, everybody's like, don't do it. Okay. Don't do a video. Like, I'm talking to Q, I'm like, man, I see this, let's reenact, let's go straight to the spot it happened at. Niggas is like, you sure? You sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure, let's do it. It's like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? It's just everybody telling me not to do it. So I still to this day want to do it, but I just feel like, you know, people give you advice for a reason. If everyone in the room is telling you to do something or not to do it, shit, I need to take it into consideration. So that's why I never got done. But Trusting My Gun is my favorite song personally I've ever done.
Gotcha. Because I remember you putting the status like, what video should I do next? And I'm like, Trusting My Gun, Trusting My Gun. I was like, even if you gotta like do a video, put that, just go skip like, stop the thing or whatever, stop the video, go into that part or that verse and then go back into your song, like piece it up. But I just, my apologies. That's why I can jump out right there. I don't know, I just saw it, like you said, I guess because you painted the picture so perfectly, and a lot of people that have been following you was aware of what had happened. So I think I guess I saw something different. But if you, like you said, they told you that for a reason, and you know, out of respect, then
yeah. I try to be real mindful. Like when I made that song, it was a very thin line, and I think I trailed it very well, just because you know this shit happened to me, and I got the the look and the little fan base or whatever, but someone else lost, they got that. It's people grieving. It's another side to that story, and I try to be real mindful of that shit and try to be respectable of it. And I just feel like saying nothing might be the best thing to say it out.
Respect. So what I want to get into now is the countdown. Okay. So if you saw last week's episode, you are familiar with the countdown, which is basically like a play on a music video show where we're playing the #1 video for the week. So do you have a video, whether it's a new video or if you want to go back to a video that you might feel is your favorite video or whatever? Is there a video that you would like for the people to see?
If you haven't seen I'm From Texas, for sure go see that. I feel like Riding Around is, but these are older videos, so I'm not really sure if you want me to think of something more newer or older. But
whatever
as far as things that I think are dope to see, I think like I'm From Texas just because of the production, and then Riding Around because it's more of my character, and that song ain't even on no projects. I did it.
And that's something I want to ask you. Why the hell did we not get that? Because the next project after that was what? Footprints?
Footprints on the Moon.
Why didn't we get that on Footprints?
Because I had actually went to Austin to go just work with these young guys. Yeah. I think they booked me to come down there just to come record on their beat. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, we can put it on a project and everything. But then when I did the project, it just didn't fit. You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. But regardless, it wasn't my intentions to even put it on a project when I first made it. As I start writing and heard that no, I just wrote like what I felt would be live on the video. Okay. And when we recorded it, once we laid it down, I'm like, bro, we gotta shoot. It just gotta be a video. So it's something just to put out for the people. You know what I'm saying?
It was a dope visual.
Shout out
dope quality, everything. Just dope ass video. Even when you played the baby, it was just, I was like, so we can either, which one you want to play? Because whatever it is, I'm gonna put it in here. We're gonna let the people see.
Man, let's go back. Let's go throwback, man. We can go to that Riding Around just to show them boys something different.
That's the best. So you about to get into Riding Around, and we're gonna get right back to the interview, man.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Well, I got your chick all in my wheel. She rolling up while I'm driving. Got her hands all in my dick. She go head first like she diving. I'm just riding around in my city with a big bag of that sticky. My big face is in a rubber band and a bad bitch with big titties. Got your chick all in my wheel. She rolling up while I'm driving. Got her hands all in my dick. She go head first like she diving. I'm just riding around in my city with a big bag of that sticky. My big face is in a rubber band and a bad bitch with big titties. Okay, while I ride around and she roll it up. She give me hair while I drive and I hold the blunt. So the best part of me waking up ain't got shit to do with no Folgers cup. I put my soda up and I take a sip. Paint wetter than a lake and shit. And a hydro that I blow. Got my eyes lower than an Asian chick. I never save a bitch, I'm no Batman. I'm so sick of simps, I never trick the chicks. I just pimp a bitch with my backhand. And go get the chips until I'm filthy rich. And niggas hating that I'm on top now. Praying and wishing that I drop down. But the only time you see me dropping is when I'm in the old school with that top down. I'm so dirty south and got a dirty mouth. Even MTV couldn't blur me out. I got a double XL and I'ma keep on spitting until nobody sleep on me like a dirty couch. Doughbeezy, bitch, but the girls call me Doughbeezy. You better get your hoe before I pick her up and make her roll a blunt and treat my belt buckle like a mistletoe. Well, I got your chick all in my wheel. She rolling up while I'm driving. Got her hands all in my dick. She go head first like she diving. I'm just riding around in my city with a big bag of that sticky. My big face is in a rubber band and a bad bitch with big titties. Got your chick all in my wheel. She rolling up while I'm driving. motherfuckers mad that I'm icy. I fuck a nigga bitch and make him wanna fight me. You calling her wifey, I'm calling her over to come do the nasty. She something I fuck till I beat it up badly. She rub me with lotion, I'm not even ashy. I got your chick all in my whip. She roll it, I light it, then pass it. She hit it, then put her hands on my dick. She a freak, but in public she classy. She calling me daddy and ask me to come to the crib. I tell her you out of your mind, no time for me to be diving inside of that pussy. I'd rather be out on my grind. I'm a kill copping, no peel popping, go grill rocking, fifth wheel dropping, blade steel chopping, and a jack a nigga like Jill partner. I'm heel partner, no hating ad. And it's time that you act, rapper state the facts that every time a nigga touch a track and fade to black and fuck next we now and we taking that. Yeah. Bitch, the H is back and I'm gone. All in my wheel, she rolling up while I'm driving. Got her hands all in my dick. She go head first like she diving. I'm just riding around in my city with a big bag of that sticky. My big face is in a rubber band and a bad bitch with big titties. Got your chick all in my wheel. She rolling up while I'm driving. Got her hands all in my dick. She go head first like she diving. I'm just riding around in my city with a big bag of that sticky. My big face is in a rubber band and a bad bitch with big titties.
I got your chick all in my wheel. She rolling up while I'm driving. Got her hands all in my dick. She go head first like she diving. I'm just riding around in my city with a big bag of that sticky. My big face is in a rubber band and a bad bitch with big titties. Got your chick all in my wheel. She rolling up while I'm driving. Got her hands all in my dick. She go head first like she diving. I'm just riding around in my city with a big bag of that sticky. My big face is in a rubber band and a bad bitch with big titties.
That's the blooper reel.
Alright, we back. That was Riding Around by the homie Doughbeezy.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully you enjoyed that. Make sure you hit up YouTube, subscribe to the channel. Check out all videos we got out. All streaming platforms. If you ain't heard the music, you should be familiar with it, especially if you're in the city. But if you haven't heard anything, make sure you go back and check everything out.
Check this shit out, man.
What I want to get into now is, okay, this is fun.
No, go ahead.
I got 9 even. I'm good. So, for those that might not be aware, you're not from the city, correct?
Well, I'm originally born in Cleveland, Ohio. Moved to Columbus at 7, and then at 12 years old, mama moved to Houston, Texas, and has been home ever since.
That's what's up. And listening to the music, you can't tell you're not from the city.
Because I'm from the city.
But I mean, you can't tell that you weren't born. I'm sorry. Fix it correct. You can't tell that you weren't born in the city, but you are from the city. What age did you move to the city to Houston?
12.
Okay, so that's at a good age where you're familiar with music. Do you remember who was the first local artist that you heard when you moved to the city, and who was the first artist that you might have fell in love with their music, whether it was that same artist?
I can tell you the first artist I fell in love with, but first thing I got put on was screw music. I gotta give a big shout out to my dog Russell, man. Man, I used to go. He was my first best friend when I moved here, man. My Latin cat, I used to go to his house, and he had a big brother, man, and we would go upstairs, and his big brother would be in the room with the door shut. All you would smell is good weed and hear screw music. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes he'll let us come in the room, whatever, and I'm like, man, what the fuck is this? Like, hell nah. I'm not fucking with this, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then just after a while of going over there every day, it's just like shit, a nigga fell in love with that music, you know what I'm saying? So at that time, you know, they was playing the shit on the radio, everything, you know what I'm saying? So I just fell in love with the culture. I at a young age just did my research. I mean, it ain't even about doing research, it's just, excuse me, at that age you like a sponge, and I became a product of my environment and just fell in love with it. Excuse me. And that's before any music or anything that I wanted to do music.
Okay.
So for me, I felt like what I loved was the movement. It wasn't like a certain artist. It was like the fact of the way they was moving. You know what I'm saying? That's what I fell in love with. And the first artist, Houston artist that I was like, oh hell nah, nigga, this nigga is the truth, was Chameleon, y'all.
That's what's up. Hey,
what's cool,
boys, leave Chameleon out of the conversation.
Top 5, top 3, dead or alive, bro.
Yeah.
Niggas ain't fucking with Chameleon there, bro. To me, Killer Callion, Chameleon is the best rappers ever come up out here. Yeah. Honorary mention K-Rino, man.
Yeah, you have to mention K-Rino.
But as far as just like bars that make it like metaphors and shit, like, cause we can talk about rappers all day. We can go from his face to buns and stuff like that, you know. But cause I don't want to leave nobody out. But when we talking about metaphors, painting a picture to make a nigga be like, oh, did you hear that?
Yeah.
It ain't a soul on this earth fucking with Killer Kelly on the command there with the honorary mention of K-Rino. That's just how I feel, man.
And I'm glad, man, it seems you mentioning so much stuff and I have questions after that. You mentioned Chameleon now.
Mm-hmm.
How did it feel to see him do that video post when he saw that y'all did the song on Slim Tape? This was what, like 2 years ago? And he was trying to figure out why he wasn't on there. Did he get called out on there?
No, that's what it was. He heard that D-Lo line.
Yeah, D-Lo called him out.
D-Lo line. And then he was like, I think for me personally, I read people very well, and what I read from that was, yeah, I heard that, baby. I don't think it was a why you left me out, because he don't want to rap right now. He ain't worried about that. I think it was like, nigga, I'm still aware of everything that's going on,
exactly.
and I caught that.
And to see him paying attention to it.
That's all. I don't think it was like him feeling no type of way.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I think it's just
But y'all see, y'all got his attention.
Yeah. I think it was one of those, man. Big shout out to Kamina. Another nigga I could say has definitely been a mentor, man. Like, it's been many times. And just shout out to Kamina, man.
You was on the was you on the Mixtape Messiah project or something?
Nah, I don't know if it wasn't Mixtape Messiah. It was Ammunition.
Yeah. That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah. That was another milestone in my career. I'm in the studio working on Blue Magic, and I get a call from Kamina. Hey, it's Kamina. I'm like,
yeah.
Stop playing. But you know Cooper voice, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, he's like, man, I fuck with what y'all doing. I like what y'all doing. Whoop. And he reached out, had me do the tape. I'm talking about, bro, I finished that hoe. Hey, that bitch sent back the next day, bro. Like, shit crazy. Like, it's one thing when OGs show love and they get on your shit, but for you to get on their shit, I don't think they will ever understand how much they do for a new nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's not them coming to your audience, it's them bringing you to their audience.
Exactly.
So that's something even doper.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's dope, man. I forgot you was on the comedian. And I just thought about it. I was like, wait a minute, you was on the comedian. And that was when, I don't want to say he was kind of shying away from me.
Man, that might have been his last project.
Yeah, that was around the time when we kind of stopped seeing Cooper. So, damn, that's dope.
Crazy as hell, man.
That's dope as fuck. It's on you. Okay, so you said that, kind of go back to the conversation on what you kind of fell in love with first, which was screw music. You made the comment that at that time we was hearing screw music on the radio. In 2019, or from like the last couple of years, I can say, the way that music has been given to us has changed. The radio has changed. Mm-hmm. We have social media now. We have internet radio. We have YouTube. Mm-hmm. It's no secret in the city of Houston that radio play for the local artists is nothing like it was in the late 90s, early 90s. Yeah. Even early 2000s, maybe. You heard a lot of the Swisher House artists. You heard the Screwed Up Click members, whether it's Pokey. You heard Walsness. You heard different artists on the radio. We're slowly starting to get back there. Mm-hmm. But do you feel that it's important to have the local artists on the radio? Do you think that it's still important in 2019 because we have so many other
Before I answer that, first I want to say, one thing we got to get out of Houston is saying, in Houston that don't happen. I don't care where you go, that ain't happening nowhere. Niggas say Atlanta, all that shit. Atlanta, yes, they playing who popping in the streets, but in a lot of people here think they popping in the streets and they not really popping. They popping in their section. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's not a Houston thing. I think that's anywhere you go, whether you go to Indianapolis. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't think they just banging whoever hot in the city at the time. A lot of people don't understand a lot of politics, there's a structure for radio, and if they do take a chance and just say, hey, we're gonna throw this song on, they may be able to during the mix, but you're not gonna get in rotation. They can't do that. They play that and then they shit go down because you think your shit jamming and it's not as jamming as the top 10 shit. It's just a structure that they can't really risk. So that's something in Houston that we kind of got to get out of. To answer your question, yes, I think it is something we need. I think you can make it without it, but I think you'll be a fool to say that you don't need it because it amplifies everybody's career. Yeah. You know, if we speaking on Houston artists, Maxo, I feel like it's worldwide now. You know what I'm saying? And he did it without one song on the radio.
Yeah, that's true.
But then we can back door and say Megan Thee Stallion is worldwide now, and she did it with the radio. She built her buzz and created her foundation and built a name for herself without the radio, right? Yeah. Everybody knew who she was, you know what I'm saying? But my personal opinion, and I don't want to. Let me clear this up. I don't want to speak on somebody's situation that I don't know. Yeah. This is just from my experience and my observation. She did it the right way. She planted the seeds. She set up everything in position, and then when that machine got behind her and was able to get her in these different markets on the radio, you just seen it. It was like 0 to 100. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or not 0 to 100, but you feel the point I'm trying to make. Like she did it the right way, planted her seeds, built her following, and then once the machine got behind her, it was a wrap, you know what I'm saying? So you don't need it, but it's definitely a help. You know what I'm saying?
And I kind of want to go back because I guess I'm one of those people that might mention Atlanta, and I've only been to Atlanta once. So like I can say the one time I did go, and maybe it's because I wasn't familiar with their city. I was hearing a lot of artists that I've never heard before, but I knew they was from Atlanta because of the sound. And me just listening, they had like maybe 3 or 4 different urban stations at that time I went. So it was something different for me because I'm used to, at that time it was probably 104.9 maybe. But it was, and 104.9 showed a lot of love to local artists at that time that they were open. But it was just me going there and just seeing it and me wanting to be an artist at that time because I don't even think I was doing music. I wanted to, but I don't think I was trying to pursue it. Right. And it was just cool to see that whether it was DJ Drama's radio show at the time or whoever it was just dope. And even like years ago going to New Orleans, you would hear like a lot of bounce music. You would hear the local, you knew what was local because of the sound. Right. But then when you come to Houston, you don't know the local sound, even though they say the real sound. You don't know the true local sound unless you're familiar with the artists, and you might hear the OTB Fast Lanes or you might hear certain artists. And I know a while back, not to just go into that conversation, but I know like Daddy and Red posted something about the Trey incident and how he kind of spoke on how he was given an ultimatum like, hey, you do this, we'll play your music, but you know, if you don't do this, you know, if you do this, we ain't fucking with you, basically. Right. And I feel like that kind of hurt the city as well because, like with Watts, when Watts had his Swisher House mix, when it first started, he had what, like 4 hours maybe? But you got a chance to hear the out of town music and you heard a lot of local music. When that big incident happened, they kind of narrowed it down to what, 2 hours, an hour or something like that. And now he might still play the hanging, but lie to you, I haven't heard it in a couple years. Yeah, he's still on. But I know that I've heard some artists' music have gotten played on it, but then he doesn't have that space to play a lot of the local music. So I guess I can say I say Atlanta in my conversations, even though I know it's not like to be, you know, mentioned. But I guess just off of my experience going to Atlanta and knowing that I'm in the city and what I hear on radio. When you went to Atlanta, was it like A3C or something, or did you just went? You was just random. It wasn't. I was just on vacation. Just going on vacation. Yeah, I just think it's a different structure, bro. Like it's not the same structure. You know, they may have a little more freedom to do more. You know what I'm saying? But the average radio station, Radio 1 or I can't remember off the top of my head what the other one's called, but you got iHeart and Radio 1, and that they 9 times out of 10 they have a structure. Yeah. So if they have a small window to be able to slip somebody in, and one, who would it be? Out of all the fucking rappers, you know what I'm saying? How many rappers we just named that are very talented, just need a little push? You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a lose-lose when you depend on it. I don't think you should depend on it. I think it's a big help, but as soon as you start depending on it, that's when you setting yourself up for failure because it's a structure that for years and years and years is gonna be impossible to really make happen. You know what I'm saying? It's not how things used to be. You know that's true. And I guess, and I remember when 93.7 first came, and I even was hitting them up like, hey, like if y'all come into the city, we need y'all to show the city love. I was like, whether y'all give us a Houston hour at night, like give us a show that's based on whether it's local or the mainstream Houston artists, like give us like a street flavor type deal at night. Like I don't think it'll hurt us if you give it to us whether it's 9 to 10. Just let the city know like, hey, you know, we're here for you. We might not be playing you through the morning hours, you know, when everybody's actually listening to the radio, but you kind of push the people away when you're not showing the city the love that you try to put on. Like, and I don't know if it's because, and it's hard for me to say because I felt like maybe it's because Terry, I hate to say her name. I felt like she's the president or whatever she is. I felt maybe she wasn't familiar with the city's music enough to make sure that everybody's aware of it.
That's
but
not
then
her job.
when you said Megan
that's not
Wright showed you love, I was like, well then I can't say that no more.
But
because you said Megan was from out of town and she showed love.
With that, and since you did say her name, that's not her job. Her job isn't to be worried about what the streets of Houston is worried about. Her job is to make sure that station stays running and keep progressing.
Okay.
And if there's a top 10 list that's gonna for sure lock that in, I don't know this for sure, but my opinion is that's what they're gonna bank on. Now I can personally say that I have, from my eyes, seen her give the green light to her staff to be able to try to shake things up and be tapped in with the city. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's a lot of talk about what she do and don't do, but I have for myself personally seen her give the green light to a Kiati and say, do on the radar, do something. You know what I'm saying?
And that's helping the city.
Kiati has done on the radar. It's been multiple artists. He go live on his Facebook and shit. And play people music, you know what I'm saying? It'd be thousands of people tuned in. I've seen High C, I've seen High C do his thing as far as try to support when he can. You feel what I'm saying? I've seen DJ Eric and Big Tho. Sorry, Tho, my bad. DJ Tho and Eric go out their way to bring artists that's in the streets. You know what I'm saying? They got their whole lane. They don't need the radio. They there because they elevating their brand. So with them elevating, they bring the streets with them. And I've seen them make the attempt to do that. Since that's 97.9, we can flip it to 93.7 The Beat. When they first came, they showed a lot of love to Trey. I don't see it as much, but you know, they showed a lot of love to Trey. They came and hired majority of Houston people for their staff. At the time, DJ Rogers wasn't at the stations, and he was the biggest thing in the streets. He at 93.7 The Beat now, and they got the green light to do a little more. You know what I'm saying? Like DJ Shantae has a segment where she dropped interviews, like kind of like the Breakfast Club, but she by herself with only Houston artists every week. Shout out to Shantae. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying all this to say that I think we need to start focusing more on the solutions that are being done for the problems that we've been facing versus keep looking at the problem. You know what I'm saying? Because someone like a Terry, that's not their job at the end of the day. Their job ain't to worry about who next in Houston. Their job is to keep that platform going. But I think it's dope that they're giving the green light to their staff to say, hey, I'm aware that there's a culture here and there's new people and things like that. If you guys are tapped into the streets, do what you feel that's gonna, you know what I'm saying, give them an inch for them to take a mile with. You know what I'm saying? But we can't let them take a mile of our shit, but give them an inch to be able to take a mile of their own, and I see the attempt. You know what I'm saying? So
that's why I said it's starting. That's why I said, I guess earlier I said it's starting to get better. We're starting to see it a lot more.
Agreed.
And then that you saying that just now allows me to look at things a different way as well. So I appreciate that.
No doubt. Hold on.
You good? I'm about to ask you something.
Tennis shoes. Okay.
Alright, I'm about to ask you something, that shit slipped my mind just that fast.
Was it the radio? Something about the radio?
It was, I can't fucking remember, to be honest with you.
This might make you, nah, I ain't gonna do it to you.
So with that being said, with you working on a new project, I'm sorry, aside from the what you and Chucky Trill are working on, are you working on a solo project at the moment?
15.
Hey, can you speak on that?
Yes, I am. I actually have a whole project done with Pug Tunes called Talking to Texas that it's been done. We just really waiting for the right time. You know what I'm saying? So 25 shit. But yeah, we just waiting on the right time, and then I'm working on another tape with Lil Ju made the beat, my producer for King Beezy, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
With that being said, do you try to make when you're in your process, are you trying to make radio records, or do you just stick to you and do what you're doing if you gravitate towards radio?
I just rap. I don't even make radio type music. If a song that does come out like radio based, I'll make the attempt to try to, go that route. But when I create, I just like to rap, bro. It's not even a structured thing. I just like to rap. I like bars, metaphors, and make people make the ugly face. You know what I'm saying? So that's my whole process with it.
So what you saying that you like to, give people the bars, make them make the ugly face. Mm-hmm. Do you feel that you have like one verse, even though you might feel that you have a lot of music, but is there one verse? And before I get into this, we'll get into the segment that I call the breakdown, where we're giving the artists the platform to break down their lyrics and kind of go in depth with it, sort of like Genius.com. So is there a verse or a song that you might feel that people need to hear if they might not have heard or might have went over people's heads? Is there a verse that you can kind of break down for us?
This one called "Give Me 20."
I don't think I heard that one.
You ain't heard that one. Yeah, we debut on that one today, goddamn me. But
damn, first 100. Shit.
Man, it's not one in particular, bro. I think so many bars, cause I rap. You know, sometimes I rap so fast that a lot of bars go over people's heads. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing off the top of my head. I know I have that Lockjaw freestyle that I done with Q Guyton and Buddy Rowe. That's one of my favorites. Just cause I feel like I was speaking the truth on that hoe. It's so many, bro. It's so many. It's not. Actually, with you being a real fan of the music, I would prefer for you to think of one. You can do that when you cut back or something. You can do that come back or whatever, but you probably be better off thinking one that boys should know about.
I'm gonna just take it back to the Light It Up.
Okay.
To the first, because there was a one verse. No, was that 2 verses?
Like
they had hooks. It had hooks. Like if you can go into the first verse, just if you can remember that bar for bar.
Okay. Oh yeah.
And just let niggas know what was when you was coming up with that, what was on your mind and where you was trying to go with it.
Well, listen, man. Well, I'ma say the dissing, but there's some rappers in my city afraid to mention they gotta pay to make y'all pay attention. But not me though. The H-Town hero here to come to say the city with a flow sicker than chemo. So where that line came from, at that time, it was a lot of pay to play going on. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because like I was saying earlier, there was a generation shift, so you didn't really hear that the new guys and the ones that you were hearing. It was more of a pay to play thing. Yeah. So it was a baby slug at the time. I ain't had no buzz. Nobody knew about me. I ain't give a fuck. It was really a baby slug, just like niggas paying to play. But not me though. H-Town hero. I'm coming to say the city and showing that we gonna do this shit organically, and that's how I was feeling. And then got your hoe looking cause she know that if you want to wait for me to fail, you better off trying to boss off my CEOs. But not me though, the H-Town hero here to come to say my city with a flow sicker than chemo. Got your hoe looking cause she know if you one of the people out there wait for me to fail, you better off trying to find Nemo. I'm a boss off of my C-notes. But if you talk shit, you get slid like Jordan did. Russell at the free throw, nigga. It's game time. In my year that started fine, got on the grind and skipped the D-League and made the starting line. I'm about to do way more than shine. I'm about to blind those that was sleeping on dough. So at that time, you could tell that like it was on my chest that like nigga, I'm here. I'm finna try to force myself, you know, upon in the game, and that's just how I was feeling. Like shit, nigga, I can't be stopped. Where I left off. What line was it?
The Jordan line.
Game time, you started fine, got on the ground, skipped the D-League, made starting line. Yeah, that was me saying as well too, like it was a lot of people in the city kind of, you know, building their buzz, but I feel like I kind of skipped a lot of steps and went straight to the league, fuck the D-League type shit.
Yeah.
Time in my year to start fine, got on the ground and skipped the D-League and made the starting line. I'm about to do way more than shine. I'm about to blind those that was sleeping on dope. This the alarm clock and I bet you they ain't sleeping no more. And if they is, they either dumb on dope or dog food and somewhat. And if they is, they either dumb on dope or dog food or probably I don't remember the rest of that. But the whole point of it, that was like the introduction. Light You Up was the intro to my first mixtape, and it was just like the introduction, letting niggas know I'm here, bro, and I ain't nothing to be played with.
That's what's up. Now, if you don't mind me doing this, and I don't really like doing it a lot, and it's not to me to compare you, but it's a kind of remind me situation. Mm-hmm. Now, whenever I do hear you, or just over the years, just listening to you, and this is another artist, and I was supposed to talk about this earlier. This is another artist that isn't from the city, or that wasn't born in the city where they're from, but they're a dope lyricist. And to me, when I hear you, and it's not a comparison, again, it's just me, I get the feeling. I'm gonna say it's more of a feeling thing. When I hear you, I get the same feeling when I hear Luda.
Okay.
Have you ever heard that before?
When I first started, that's all I heard.
Yeah.
When I first started, I wasn't really rapping fast. Yeah. It was just the punchlines, and that's all I heard. It was, nigga, you the new Luda, you the next H-Town Luda, you H-Town Luda. That's all I heard. And then as I started to progress and get a little colder with my you know, my thought process, I feel like my speed starts speeding up. And then once I started doing that, all I heard was Big Boy. You sound like you kind of give me a Big Boy feel. You know, Twister. People say Twister just because of the pace, but a lot of people say that I kind of reminded them of Big Boy as I started to progress. And now lately, like last month, past couple months I've been hearing E40. I don't know how. I don't know how the fuck. When I dropped that Southside Still Holding, everybody was like, "You sound like E40. You sound like E40." I think it's the properness, but man, comparisons don't bother me, man. They comparing me to legendary people. These names are legend. Will go down as legends. So just waiting on my time, man.
And then I think, like I said, the Luda thing is more because Luda's slick with a lot of shit he say. And a lot of shit goes over your head. And a lot of shit go over your head with Luda. But to me, Luda, a lot of people don't give Luda his props. And I don't know if it's because he got into the acting world. But to me, Luda is top 10. I don't care what nobody say. But when it comes to the videos, back to the riding around, like his videos was something different. And he gave us fun videos, or the verses. He gave us fun songs, but they was so lyrical. And to me, you give us fun songs, fun verses, but they're so lyrical when you just sit there and you just listen to what you're saying. So I think that's the reminder, the feeling I get when I hear you was the same that I get with Luda when I say
that's what's up. I take that, man. I've been hearing that since the jump. I'm still gonna ride with it. I fuck with that.
Want to get in the family, because when this get aired, it'll be Father's Day. Your daughter Marley,
yes, sir.
She's 4 now. Now, when your other kids, I want to say when I got introduced to you, that might not have been when you were just starting, because you said you was doing music before that. But I want to say, I guess when you fully became Doughbeezy, when a lot of people were aware of who you were, I want to say they were maybe up in age to where they understood what was going on.
Right.
Does your daughter, the youngest daughter, understand who Doughbeezy is, or she
definitely don't understand what Doughbeezy is. It's like all she know now is you going to the studio. She just say you going to the studio, but that's it. She don't really know.
Yeah.
It's just Doughbeezy. My son and my oldest daughter and my son, they know, you know what I'm saying? They with it. My son we had to get on his ass because he was just going to school, man. My daddy Doughbeezy. My daddy, I'm like, bro, chill out, bro.
And I was going to ask that.
And then my daughter, my oldest, she the opposite. She like, no, Dad, don't pull up playing your music. Like, no. You know what I'm saying? So they're very aware, you know what I'm saying? But my youngest, she just the little innocent one that don't know what's going on.
Yeah. So is your son interested in music? Is he wanting to do
No,
music?
my daughter is actually the one I thought was gonna be the one that liked to do the music, because she would she still like be freestyling, but she be playing and shit. And my son, he more into sports. You know what I'm saying? But I can't say, because at his age and her age, I didn't even think about doing music.
Yeah.
I just loved music. You know what I'm saying? I love listening to it. And it wasn't until I was like 15 years old that I was like, oh, I think I'm a rap.
Okay. So that's what's up, man. And I kind of hate to discuss this, and I'm not even gonna get into it, but just to see what your thoughts was when you heard the news. Was it Malia? And you have a young daughter. Like, how did that affect you, or like, how did that make you feel? Because I know you're a family man just off of the past posts, the things I see you actually share with the world. I know that you're a family man, and I don't see that type of incident happening. But just for you to see that, and knowing that you're a serious father about yours, how did that actually make you feel?
Man, to be honest, bro, for me, when I get online and I see something like that, bro, I think I'm like, it hurt. It hurt, and I'm also desensitized to the shit, because it's like I've come to the conclusion that life is not valued no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no value for life. If we at the point where mothers is killing their children, and I'm sorry, I don't want to say mother because it ain't been official, but my opinion, nigga, where parents is not taking care of their kids for some shit like that to happen, it's like it's become too normal. You know what I'm saying? Like, we get on and we see that shit and we hurt for it, but it's like we've seen this story, whether it's a little girl, whether it's whatever it is, like we see it so many times, we starting to get desensitized to the shit because it ain't no value for life. You know what I'm saying? It's like, to be honest, she might be in a better place now because of all that. From everything that's coming out, the shit that she was enduring before all this, is like she may be in a better place now. You know what I'm saying? It's just a fucked up world. That's why it's a fucked up world. That thing on me, at church, if I gotta bring it, like, people don't value life, so it's like you have to always be on your note. You know what I'm saying? Because people will take your life and your kids.
Yeah. And it sucks, we have to look at it that way, that she might be in a better place. Even though that's the truth, it just sucked that we didn't get to see this child grow older, and we never know what she might have become when she became an adult. And it just sucks that she had to go through that in her short time on earth. And, you know, we have to sit and say, you know, maybe she's in a better place. It just sucks. But I just want to see it.
It's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And this shit is gonna continue to get more fucked up. The more time that go by, it's like social media has desensitized everything, and it's like niggas in the streets don't value life. Before there was a code and a respectful type of shit. Niggas did they dirt in the streets, but there was kind of like a code that people followed. And it's like none of that is, all of that is irrelevant now.
Yeah. And we have, and I think it's Detroit, I want to say, I could be wrong, I want to say it's a city in Detroit where they're on some new street rules was, look, you know, we protect it. It's not new, but they're enforcing it. We're not allowing women to get harmed, we're not allowing children to get harmed, because they said there's a lot of children that's coming up missing, and there's a lot of women that's ending up dead in the streets, and it'd be nice to see that happen everywhere. People enforce those rules to where we're protecting the homes and we're protecting our women and our children. And it's like, I mean, that has went out the window and things have changed, but it'll be nice. As me as being a father, I protect my.
It'll be nice to see the community stand up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's police our own community, man, and zero tolerance for any of that bullshit, bro.
Yeah. That's what's up.
No, it's on me.
Alright.
15 call.
Cool. Okay, so it looks like we might actually finish the game. Last week we didn't get to finish the game.
We're gonna finish this game.
But I am getting my ass kicked today, and this is not cool at all. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
By myself.
I think it's because I'm doing a lot.
Dolo.
Okay, fuck this shit. Let's just play that shit. I fucked up. I thought it was my turn. I was ready to.
I seen what you. I know what you thought was gonna happen.
God damn.
Give me 10 more, cuz.
Shit. Okay, we kind of talked about it earlier, but I want to ask this question specifically just to see what's one thing that you feel. So I want to ask, what's one thing that you do feel that the city might need to get to where either we once were or higher? You know, what do you think it might take for all of us to get the city back on the mainstream platform like it should be?
I think the city fucking with each other, like the people who are like how Megan Thee Stallion and Maxo just dropped a song together.
Yeah.
Like I think that's big because they're the two biggest thing in the city. I think Walk should do you know, songs with, you know, a Maxo or something like that. Just I think things like that would help, you know what I'm saying? They good without it, you know, they good without it, but I think doing that is one thing that makes the city bigger for when these out of towners come in. And then another thing is I think when there are big things or big events that come here, for people to go out their way to kind of expose what's going on in the city. So like how Beyonce came down here for the On the Run tour, and then they let a couple of Houston local artists perform. It was I don't know. I'm almost sure Fastlane performed, but I think Pro performed. I'm not sure.
Propane was out there.
Yeah, but I think when shit like that happens, there needs to be a Fastlane performing or a Ken the Man. You feel what I'm saying? Something like that. Just so that because the attention is here now.
Yeah.
We can have the radio play 1 million rappers, but if ain't no attention here, we just buzzing in the city. But something like an On the Run tour, or these big festivals when you know Drake gonna be Hall Weekend and people from all over gonna be here. I think that weekend inside the club, radio, artists, whoever, if you have influence, then you need to be influencing people to kind of see what's going on in the city. And I think that's when we'll start elevating a little more and bringing more revenue down here.
Cool. Two things. I just realized something. I think that was my play.
Yeah, because I
got 3 dumbbells. I'm sitting like, how the hell I got 3? I think that one where it's cool.
No, we can take it back.
You just go. I don't know how much this is.
Oh
man, fuck. We'll just say you won because you damn about to win. You damn about to win. Because I was about to get 25. It was my turn. I was like 25.
Cam Cole hard. Knock them out.
Nigga, yeah.
By myself. Dolo.
Ask security. Hey, how many niggas was it? Security. How many was it? It was 2.
It was 2.
I want to get 25. That's all right. Was it my turn? I think that was my turn. But fuck it, man. It's cool. I want to ask one more thing because when you just made the last comment, then we're going to get into the last part. You was doing a rap battle deal, right?
H-Town rap battle.
H-Town rap battle. Are you bringing that back?
I want to. Only thing that's stopping us is the actual venue that we was at.
Yeah.
I don't want that club vibe. I don't want to just be like some local showcase type thing. Like the place that we had it at, Person Theater. Like I had control of the lights. I literally had a production team to control the night, and I just haven't got that feel anywhere else. So once I can get back on the court with the owner of the building, we'll be up back and running. Everybody's set in place, from the DJs to the videographers to the special guests. Everything is all set in stone. I just gotta have me back at that place, and that's been the only thing that's been preventing us from doing it.
That's what's up, man. I would love to pull up to that if y'all do that again.
Big shout out to Houston Barcode as well, man. They've been showing a lot of love, having me host their events, and it's like real battling. Like H-Town Rap Battle isn't battle rapping. It's more of a competition.
Yeah.
So where you spitting bars over a beat. Whoever got the best, whoever the crowd feel has the best verse. That's how you move forward. But anytime I speak on H-Town Rap Battle, I gotta bring up Houston Barcode, because I feel like they're the biggest staple. They're the ones that's making the impact as far as battle rapping, and I don't ever want to step on toes or ever get it confused on what I'm doing and take away from the actual art, because we not battle rapping, we just competing with bars, and they actually doing battle rapping. So big shout out to Houston Barcode. They just had a dope ass event this weekend.
I seen that. That's what's up, man. Well, lastly, we're going to get into the last part of the show, which I call the come down. So if you're familiar with that, that's Houston slang. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to structure the show and the different segments on Houston slang or whatever. But the come down is where I get the artists to come down to the booth, and whether they want to drop an 8, 16, 32, whatever they want to do, just run the beat and let people see your bars and what you can do on the beat. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to ask Doughbeezy, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, before we do that, I'm going to let the people know where they can find you, your music, everything.
Anything with a search engine, man. It don't matter if it's YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, or MySpace. Don't matter, man. Doughbeezy, Doughbeezy, man. Type that in, man, and your boy gonna pop up.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And like I said, you just released the Sicko Mode Freestyle with Chucky Trill, so y'all make sure y'all go check that out. It's on
Chucky Trill, man.
All streaming platforms. I look forward to it. The city look forward to the new project. Whatever you got going on, man, just keep everybody updated, and the supporters. At least on my end, I can speak for myself, but the supporters here, man. And the 494 supporting. So whatever you got going on, man, just let us know.
I will do, man. I appreciate you, big guy. That shit go a long way, dog.
Yeah.
Like I told you in the inbox many times, bro. Yeah. I've seen you supporting from day one, and it's much appreciated. That's what keep a nigga going. So. And
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even think you was gonna know who I was when I did extend the hand for the interview.
Yeah, nah.
I was like, you know me from Facebook, but I was like, you probably don't even know me from that. But I appreciate that you, because I know a lot of people probably hit you up on a daily about different shit.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you being one of the few that have reached back and was like, I got you, man, text me, I'm pulling through, and you actually showed up, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, no doubt, man. So, I need another video you jamming one of the songs in the car. You was that boy was in that bitch getting that out. Yeah, I need another one of them sick face videos.
I stay jamming, man. I stay jamming the music, man. Whether it's you or others, like I said, if I can get a propane Doughbeezy D-Lo project, man. If I gotta get an D-Lo,
I'm going on record saying I'm with it. So.
I'm getting in your inbox D-Lo propane. I think I sent you some, and you super busy, and you ain't following me, so you don't see the message. I know how it is when artists don't. When I don't see that red, I'm like, they gotta be following me, because I know how that shit work. Well, they not gonna see my shit if we're not following each other, or if they're not following me, so they're not gonna see it. But hopefully one day I can get in propane here, and even get propane up here, D-Lo up here, and if we gotta discuss it when y'all pull through.
I can get you D-Lo for sure.
That's what's up. The city need that project, man, and this is no disrespect to anybody else in the city. My favorites, the people that I fuck with, that I jam, this is just me personally. I would love to see this project, and I'm pretty sure the rest of the city
I think the city will appreciate that for shit show. City will appreciate that for shit show.
So if we can get you in the booth, man, right there behind that door. Yes, sir. We're gonna go ahead and fast forward to the come down with the homie Doughbeezy. Make sure you follow me at Dogsta _The _problem. You know what I'm saying? That's at DOGSTA _. You should not have spelled D _ You should not have spelled problem. It's going down. Make sure you follow him at the Core 94. Also, we have the Core Purple Fest. That's coming up. So artists, if you want to perform, make sure you go to thecore94.com or go to the Core's Instagram page. Go to my Instagram page, hit the link, you can register in the bio, man. It's going down. Purple Fest, August 2019, it's going down. Yeah!
Yes, sir! Doughbeezy, Southeast Beats, Body Bag Beezy, Homicide Unit on deck.
Look, it ain't never no days off. Jumped up off that porch and then I took way off. Where I'm from, if you don't put in work, you get laid off. Every day I wake up and pray this shit pay off. Look, and it's no turning back. Time to start earning racks. Took a loss like a boss, had to start earning back. Then I start learning that ain't no love in these streets. You can blame that on my heart turning black, and I swerve in the lack with the burgundy back. Tis so dark, I look like Bernie Mac. When I roll down the window, you start smelling endo. And bitches be barking like dogs in the kennel. I started off little and then got my weight up. Food getting ate up, no putting my plate up. I walk like a layup, it's no time to lay up unless the bitch pay up. And then I get ate up, I'm way up and stay up like levitation. Dedicated to nothing but elevation. Never wasted my breath, no ever hate. Making haters so sick, they need medication. Dedicated, but never did finish school. Making more than the students who graduated. I clown every class, didn't pass for nothing. I was too concerned making fashion statements. Now I'm more concerned with the cash I'm making on the field, doing numbers like a pass for Peyton. Never needed help, I don't ask for nothing. Fuck with myself, no masturbation, and there's never no days off. Look, off that porch and then I took way off. Yeah, where I'm from, if you don't put in work, you get laid off. They wake up and pray this shit pay off. Look, yes sir.
Appreciate it, man. Homie Doughbeezy just slid through the code 94.
Hey,
what go down, man? Appreciate it, man.
It's going down, Doughbeezy, Southeast Beast, aka Body Bag Beast, Homicide Unit on dick. Yes sir.
Hey, it's going down. It's going down. It's going down.
This time, I ain't never went to college a day in my life, but I hold it down for the city, you hear me?
Yeah.